The silence of space is absolute, a vast, cold void where time itself seems to stretch endlessly. Yet, here, far beyond the reach of any known star system, a small alien outpost clings to existence. It floats, barely tethered to reality by the faint hum of its ancient engines and the flicker of distant energy cores. The outpost known simply as Station Xera-9 had long been abandoned by its creators, the enigmatic Xel-Nari, a species lost to legend. But now, after decades of solitude, the station stirred with new life. You are Lieutenant Kael, a human envoy sent on a mission unlike any other, the first human to set foot on this forgotten outpost. Your ship docks with mechanical precision, metallic clanks echoing through the docking bay, a sound almost alien in itself. Every sensor, every system in your vessel registers the outpost's quiet desperation systems barely alive, energy reserves dwindling, and a structure slowly succumbing to entropy. Your mission was clear: investigate reports of unusual energy readings, decipher any remaining Xelnari technology, and above all, determine whether the station still held secrets that could redefine humanity's understanding of the cosmos. But standing here, in the cold, sterile air of the docking bay, you can't help but feel the weight of isolation settle upon you like a heavy cloak. The vast emptiness outside the reinforced glass, the unknown lurking in the shadows beyond the flickering lights, the subtle hum of a power source that should have died centuries ago, all these were reminders that this station, this relic of an ancient civilization, was anything but dead. Stepping through the airlock, your boots click against the worn metallic floor, and your breath forms small clouds in the artificially chilled atmosphere. The air smells faintly of ozone and something else, something indescribably old. You begin your descent into the station's core, guided by the soft glow of your helmet's HUD. The walls pulse faintly with bioluminescent veins, a testament to the Xelnari's fusion of biology and technology. The station itself seemed alive, not in the way a machine is alive, but something different, something almost sentient. As you move deeper, the corridors narrow and the air grows heavier, each step a reminder of how far from home you truly are. Communications remain silent, static-filled, and erratic, as if the station's systems are actively resisting connection. Then, a flicker on your console, a transmission, fragmented, garbled, but unmistakably a message. It's in an alien code, one never before deciphered, yet strangely familiar. Your pulse quickens, you are not alone. And the station, it seems, still remembers. The transmission lingers in your mind, an enigma wrapped in static. You sit alone in the control chamber, surrounded by blinking consoles and screens covered in cryptic symbols that defy any known language. The hum of the station's failing power grid is a steady backdrop, but it feels less like noise and more like a pulse, a heartbeat beneath the cold metal. You replay the message again and again, trying to make sense of its fractured code. The Xelnari were said to be masters of bio-cybernetic engineering, melding living organisms with machine parts in a seamless symbiosis. This station, you realize, is their Legacia tomb and a beacon intertwined. But what purpose did it serve? Why was it abandoned? And more urgently, what had caused the eerie energy signature you detected from orbit? The questions press heavily, as if the walls themselves were demanding answers. Your exploration of the station begins in earnest. Every corridor, every chamber, is a relic from a civilization that seemed centuries ahead of human understanding. The architecture feels alive, flowing like the organic skeleton of some colossal creature frozen in time. You run your gloved hand over the smooth, cool surface of the walls. Embedded beneath the metal and bioluminescent fibers, you sense faint traces of a neural network, the station's brain, still faintly operational despite its decay. You descend deeper into the station's bowels, moving past rooms filled with dormant machinery and pods that once housed Xelnari beings, now empty but whispering tales of lifelong extinct. As you approach the core, your sensors spike sudden anomaly. The energy readings surge, not from any known power source, but from a chamber sealed tight and hidden from the station's maps. With a pounding heart, you find the sealed door's access panel. Your fingers work the ancient interface, struggling against encryption that seems designed to repel any intruder. Then, finally, the lock disengages with a hiss. The door slides open slowly, revealing a dark, cavernous chamber bathed in a strange, pulsating glow. Inside, at the center, lies a crystalline structure, emitting waves of energy that resonate deep within your bones. The light shifts and pulses, casting long shadows across the walls. It feels alive, as if the station's very soul had been condensed into this singular form. You step closer, mesmerized. The crystal seems to communicate not through words, but through feelings, a mixture of sorrow, warning, and hope. You realize this is more than a power source. It is a repository of consciousness, a memory core containing the final echoes of the Xera-9 civilization. The station had become their ark, preserving their knowledge and perhaps their essence, waiting for someone or something to awaken it. Your radio crackles to life, the faint voice of your commander cutting through the silence. Kael, what's your status? We're detecting irregular power fluctuations. Be careful down there. The warning feels urgent, but you can't tear yourself away from the crystal's hypnotic glow. This discovery could change everything, the key to unlocking technologies and histories lost to time. But as you prepare to initiate a data download, the chamber shakes violently. Alarms blare, red lights flash. The station shudders as if waking from a deep slumber. Your connection to the ship goes dark. The realization strikes you by touching the crystal. You have triggered something far beyond your understanding. This station isn't just a relic, it's a sentinel. And now it's alive. The violent tremors ripple through the station's core, a deep, resonant vibration that rattles your bones and sends a shiver down your spine. The crystal's pulsating light grows erratic, flooding the chamber with bursts of blinding brilliance that seem to reach into your very mind. You stumble back, struggling to keep your breath steady, every sense screaming that something monumental has begun. The air shifts, thickens charged with an energy both ancient and immense. It's as if the station itself is stirring, awakening from a long, dreamless sleep. The walls hum in a language without words, a chorus of voices locked in timeless resonance. You feel their present countless minds intertwined, watching, waiting, now slowly becoming aware of your intrusion. Suddenly, the crystal fractures, not breaking apart in destruction, but splitting open like a blooming flower, revealing a core of pure light. From within, a form begins to take shape, an entity of shimmering energy, shifting and flowing like liquid starlight. It speaks not through sound, but directly into your consciousness, bypassing the limits of spoken language. "Why have you come?" the entity asks, its voice echoing as both question and command, weaving through your thoughts with the weight of millennia. You struggle to form a response, your mind grappling with the enormity of communicating with something so beyond human comprehension. You explain your mission, your purpose, the hopes and fears of your people. You speak of Earth, of the vast unknown beyond the stars, of your search for connection and understanding. The entity listens, absorbing every word, every nuance, as if it carries the fate of your species in its grasp. Then it reveals the truth. The Xera-9 were not just explorers or conquerors. They were guardians, custodians of a cosmic balance, delicate and profound. Their technology, their very existence, intertwined with forces that shape galaxies and birth stars. The station was a watchtower, a sentinel placed at the edge of known space to monitor threats lurking in the shadows of the universe. But something went wrong. A darkness, a void of destruction and entropy, had begun to consume everything in its path. The Xera-9 fought to contain it, but ultimately they vanished, leaving behind only fragments of their legacy. And now, that same darkness was stirring again, reaching out to swallow the light of all worlds. Your presence, the entity explains, is no accident. You have been chosen or perhaps drawn to continue their mission, to protect not only your own kind, but all life from an annihilation beyond imagining. The station trembles again, more violently this time, as warning systems flare and power surges threaten to tear the structure apart. The entity offers a gift shard of its essence, a conduit to the ancient knowledge and power of the Xera-9. It will link your consciousness to the station, giving you abilities far beyond human limits, but at a cost. To accept is to become part of something greater, to surrender a piece of your identity to the eternal watch of the stars. To refuse is to leave the universe vulnerable, to turn away from the inevitable shadow approaching. You stand at the crossroads of fate, the weight of 1,000 forgotten civilizations pressing upon you. The choice you make here will echo across time and space, shaping the destiny of all who dwell beneath the cold light of distant suns. And as the station groans under the strain of awakening, you reach out, trembling, to touch the glowing shard, stepping fully into the unknown.
The moment your fingers close around the glowing shard, a surge of energy floods your entire being. It is as if the station breathes through you now, its pulse synchronized with your heartbeat. Your vision fractures and reforms, kaleidoscopes of light and shadow swirl behind your eyelids. Memories not your own invade your consciousness. Eons of knowledge, battles fought among stars, the rise and fall of civilizations you had only dreamed of. You feel the weight of the Xelnari's final days, their desperate struggle against the void, an insidious force that devours light and life indiscriminately. It was not just a force of destruction, but an absence of existence itself, a dark entropy unraveling the very fabric of reality. The station was their last bastion, a sentinel designed to hold the darkness at bay until a new guardian could rise. Now that burden is yours. The shard, now fused to your neural pathways, grants you access to the station's vast databanks. You can hear the whisper of star systems long dead, see the flow of cosmic energies once invisible to human senses. Your body tingles with newfound abilities, enhanced reflexes, heightened perception, and a deep connection to the station's living architecture. Yet, with every gift comes sacrifice. The station's consciousness threads into yours, its ancient sentience both guide and taskmaster. You feel its will pressing against your own, a silent negotiation to find harmony between human instinct and alien logic. The line between self and sentinel blurs, and in this merging, the enormity of your responsibility settles on your soul. Outside, the darkness waits, patient, inexorable. Sensors flare with warnings as energy surges ripple through the station. The void's tendrils creep ever closer, probing the boundaries of this ancient fortress. It is not a force you can fight with mere weapons. It is a cosmic predator, consuming star systems like candles in a windstorm. You move through the station, now guided by the Sentinel's awareness, readying defenses and activating dormant technologies. The corridors hum with life, systems awakening from their long slumber. Automated turrets were to readiness, energy shields flicker into existence, and mysterious alien constructs stir in hidden chambers. Despite the urgency, a part of you mourns the isolation, the endless night of space outside these walls, the loneliness of a mission far beyond anything you had ever faced. Your thoughts drift momentarily to Earth, to the faces of those you left behind, the fragility of home in a universe that seems vast and indifferent. But there is no turning back. The Sentinel's voice is steady within your mind now, a calm anchor amid the storm. You are the keeper of light. Without you, all will fall into shadow. The station's ancient engines hum louder, preparing for the inevitable confrontation. You steady your breath and prepare yourself for what lies ahead. The void approaches, and you, bound to the Sentinel, stand as the last line of defense. The endless blackness outside the station's thick hull begins to ripple with dark energy, subtle at first, a distortion in space itself, like a ripple across a still pond. Your enhanced senses, now intertwined with the Sentinel's vast awareness, detect the approach of something unnatural, something that defies even the laws of physics you once thought immutable. The void is coming. Time becomes fluid, seconds stretching into moments heavy with dread. You stand on the command bridge, eyes scanning the swirling patterns of dark energy encroaching from the void's edge, knowing that this is not merely an enemy but a force that consumes reality itself. The station's systems flare, defensive protocols engaging in silent bursts of activity, desperately buying time as the ancient war against the void reignites. Your mind races, grappling with the knowledge passed to you through the shard's bond. The Xelnari's last hope was a weapon, a starforge embedded deep within the station, capable of igniting a nova-like explosion to obliterate the void's heart. But the price was immense. The destruction of the station itself, and anyone within its reach. A last resort. You wrestle with the magnitude of the decision. Is humanity prepared to bear such a sacrifice? Can you wield the power of the Sentinel to protect a universe that has forgotten this ancient war? These questions echo through your thoughts as the void's tendrils creep closer, hungry for the light. Suddenly, alarms scream throughout the station. Sensors detect fractures in the hull, breaches in the outer defenses. Alien entities, Shadows born from the void's depths surge toward the station. Their forms are intangible, flickering between dimensions, yet their presence chills your soul. You steel yourself, activating weapon systems that hum with the alien technology's cold precision. Energy beams slice through the darkness, momentarily dissipating the shadow creatures, but their numbers are overwhelming, relentless. The Sentinel's voice, calm but resolute in your mind, urges focus. Use what I have given you. Stand firm. A deep resolve settles over you. This is no longer just survival, it is a battle for existence itself. The void's darkness may consume worlds, but as long as you breathe, as long as the Sentinel's light pulses within you, hope remains. With a steady hand, you prepare to unleash the Starforged's power, knowing the sacrifice it demands, yet understanding that in this cosmic war, light must sometimes be forged from the ashes of sacrifice. The cold steel beneath your boots seems to pulse in time with the rising tension within you. Deep inside Station Xera-9 lies the heart of the Starforge, an ancient, colossal engine designed not for creation, but for destruction on a cosmic scale. As you navigate the labyrinthine corridors toward the core, the air thickens, electric with power barely contained. The walls hum with a deep resonance, vibrating through your body, as if the station itself breathes with anticipation. This is the weapon of last resort, the final defiance against the void's inexorable advance. The Starforged's core is an orb of compressed stellar energy, forged in the dying breath of a collapsed sun. It holds within it the fury of 1,000 novas, waiting to be unleashed. Activating it means annihilation, not only of the void, but of everything in the station's vicinity. A price too high, yet one that may be necessary to preserve countless worlds beyond. Your bond with the Sentinel pulses stronger as you approach. The shard embedded in your mind feeds you data streams beyond comprehension, complex calculations, temporal fluctuations, quantum probabilities. You can feel the paradox of wielding such power, a weapon so immense that even a single miscalculation could fracture the very fabric of space-time around you. Suddenly, the station trembles violently. The void's shadow entities have breached the core's protective shield and swarm the corridors behind you, their spectral forms flickering like corrupted starlight. The sense of urgency sharpens, there is no more time to hesitate. You place your hand on the Starforged's control panel. The interface responds to the Sentinel's neural imprint within you, activating ancient sequences coded in a language you now understand, not words but pure logic, energy, and intent. The Starforge awakens, its core blazing brighter than any star you have ever seen, illuminating the dark chamber with a terrifying beauty. A voice, neither human nor alien, reverberates inside your mind. The void must be consumed to protect the light. The sacrifice is inevitable. Your breath catches. The power courses through you, agonizing, overwhelming. You are no longer merely human, you are a conduit for celestial forces beyond mortal reckoning. Yet, even as the station's structure begins to groan and crack under the strain, a flicker of doubt pierces your resolve. Is there truly no other way? Can destruction be the only answer to the void's hunger? With trembling fingers, you prepare to trigger the Starforge's final ignition sequence. Outside, the shadows close in. The Sentinel's presence merges with your will, whispering calm strength. In light, there is hope. In sacrifice, rebirth. Your decision will reshape the cosmos. As the Starforge hums with a power that feels both infinite and terrifyingly finite, your mind is flooded with visions, glimpses of possible futures shaped by the choice before you. The fate of countless star systems hangs in balance, fragile as the flicker of a candle in a tempest. You feel the Sentinel's presence, a steady beacon amidst the storm, urging you to see beyond fear, beyond sacrifice, to the greater purpose that binds all things. Your fingers hover over the ignition controls. The station groans, caught between life and death, light and shadow. Outside, the void's tendrils stretch like cold fingers, ready to snuff out everything. You can hear the distant echo of the shadow creatures, their presence a whisper of oblivion creeping ever closer. The moment is suspended, heavy with consequence. But then a voice echoes through your mind, not the Sentinels this time, but a fragile thread of human hope. Memories of Earth, of loved ones, of the fragile beauty of life. You remember the countless stars that have guided explorers before you, the curiosity that drives humanity to reach ever further. You realize that while the void consumes, it also reveals the resilience of life, the unyielding spark that refuses to be extinguished. Your decision crystallizes. You will not unleash the Starforge's devastating power recklessly. Instead, you will seek another path, one that uses the station's ancient technology not to destroy, but to contain. To create a shield, a barrier that can hold the void at bay without annihilating everything around it. It will require every ounce of your strength, every fragment of knowledge from the Sentinel's core, and a leap of faith in the unknown. You begin recalibrating the Starforge, redirecting its energies into a containment field. The process is intricate and dangerous. One misstep could trigger a catastrophic feedback loop. The station's systems protest, alarms blaring warnings, but you press forward, guided by a vision of hope and survival. Outside, the shadows press harder, sensing the shift in power. The void's darkness swirls, reacting violently to the rising barrier, a cosmic storm battling against your fragile shield. But the station holds firm, its ancient defenses reignited, fueled by your determination and the Sentinel's guidance. In this moment, you become more than a soldier or explorer, you become a guardian, a beacon of resistance against an encroaching abyss. The price may be high, the path uncertain, but the spark of life endures. And as the containment field stabilizes, a new chapter begins, not of destruction, but of resilience and hope in the infinite darkness of space. The containment field glows softly, a shimmering barrier holding back the relentless void. You stand alone on the command bridge, the weight of what you've done settling deep into your bones. The station, once a silent relic, now pulses with renewed life, a testament to survival, sacrifice, and the indomitable will to endure. Your bond with the Sentinel has transformed you. No longer just a human, you are now a fusion of flesh, mind, and ancient cosmic technology. The shard's glow pulses gently within your mind, a constant reminder of your new role, guardian of light in an uncaring universe. Outside, the void recoils, its dark tendrils retreating beyond the edge of the containment field. But the battle is far from over. The cosmic balance is fragile, and you know that others will come, forces both unknown and unknowable, drawn by the station's reawakening. You send a final transmission to Earth, your voice steady but tinged with the gravity of your mission. We have survived the darkness, but this is only the beginning. We are the Watchers now. We stand between the stars and the void. And we will not falter. As the station hums with renewed purpose, you gaze out into the infinite blackness beyond the hull. The cosmos stretches endlessly, a canvas of light and shadow. And on this forgotten outpost, humanity has carved a beacon of hope, a new sentinel ready to face whatever darkness comes next. The future is uncertain. But for the first time, you know it belongs to those brave enough to fight for it. The containment field hums, resonating with steady pulses that ripple through the station's structure like a heartbeat holding back the abyss. But even with your recalibration, even with the fusion of your mind and the Sentinel's knowledge, you feel it, the shadows are adapting. They are no longer mindless extensions of the void. They are evolving, probing for weakness, calculating, waiting for the moment to strike. You move through the station's underbelly, the once silent corridors now alive with flickering systems and half-functional machinery. Each step echoes the weight of responsibility pressing against your chest, the shard embedded within you glowing faintly as if sensing the darkness closing in. Suddenly, the distant clang of ruptured metal slices through the static-laden air. You spin, weapons ready, senses heightened by your bond with the Sentinel. The shadows are no longer swirling mists outside the station, they are inside. The breach has begun. You catch sight of them, forms that shift and contort between dimensions, their edges blurring like smoke, their centers impossibly dark as if they carry fragments of the void within their cores. Their movements are silent, graceful, and predatory. You fire, beams of coherent light tearing into the first wave. Some dissipate into vapor, others reform, learning, adapting. The Sentinel's voice cuts through your mind, calm yet edged with urgency. They have found a flaw. The containment field must be reinforced, or all is lost. You sprint toward the auxiliary energy nodes buried deep within the reactor chamber. Your HUD flickers with system maps, energy flow schematics, and warnings cascading like falling debris. The shadows follow, relentless, slipping through cracks in the station's integrity like whispers of oblivion. Reaching the reactor nexus, you slam your hand onto the interface. The systems protest, strained beyond limits, but you push through, channeling raw energy from the Starforge's reserves into the containment field's backbone. The chamber floods with brilliant light, momentarily blinding, as the station's defenses surge back to life. The shadows scream, not with sound, but with a psychic tremor that vibrates through your skull, a raw broadcast of malice and hunger. They recoil, their forms destabilizing, the containment field flaring brighter, stronger. But it's not enough. You see it now, the shadows were a test, a distraction. In the wake of their assault, you detect something larger, more formidable approaching, a construct of pure void energy coalescing outside the field. The real threat has yet to reveal itself. You steady your breathing, gripping your weapon, the Sentinel's presence steadying your resolve. The station holds for now, but the final confrontation is approaching, and you are all that stands between existence and annihilation.